Should be back up. Alright. I had to close the software and open again. But we're gonna continue. Back, yeah. I had to close and open again the Streamlabs because it was online on Streamlabs but not on YouTube. The strange thing, it was green on YouTube, but it wasn't off. It was still offline. it was green. It said green, which means online, but the word said offline. Good morning. Hey, we at least we just reached the end of the beginning of the second trial, which we'll just finish. We'll finish this case today. Probably. Yeah, today's the probably end of the live. Good morning, Max. Oh yeah, good morning, sweeties. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it.
Teehee. Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. Do you want some milk?
Regina! How fabulous, my sweetie pie princess! You came to watch my performance today.
Of course I did. Mal told me that I should come and watch this.
He needs some milk! He needs some milk, alright? Mo said that.
But what kind of performance are you put on today? Let me guess. Are you flying again?
It's not that kind of show, isn't that right, my sweeties?
Huh?
I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't... Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on or even where she is.
Well, Max, looks like he's gonna time to raise the curtain.
There ain't no curtains here.
I'll see you later today. I'm just a member of the audience.
She's such an innocent girl. Fabulous. Enjoy yourself out there.
Good luck, Max. You're the best.
Regina's different, don't you think, Nick? Top of the morning to ya. Everybody, let's get ready to stick to the legal limbo. How low can you go? Momo, on top of the morning, you're the governor. Top of the morning. That's the ticket. Taking their day, start with energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm, and then again, worm lacks higher brain function. What's he talking? Here, Max, I brought you a present. Have some milk. Oh my, the things. How are you today, Mr. Wright? Oh, you didn't say Mr. Well, I got a feeling today I'm gonna face off the real culprit. You mean Acro? What did he just know?
Huh? You think he did it?
Be careful. He used to putting his life on the line. Literally. He's got guts to spare. If all I have to worry is about how thin the tightrope is, I think I'm used to it already. I think... just means I won't have to be... just means I won't have to press him like I can with other... I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses. Oh man. It's pressing him not do anything.
What are you gonna do then, Nick?
I guess today we'll just have to do with our usual psychological warfare. Hey, Lamar. Today we rely on evidence. That's the only way we can get past Acro and to the truth.
You're right, but it's gonna be tough.
Anyways, I want to make sure that Regina sees it all. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father.
You want us to make sure Regina watches?
Yeah, that's why I brought her here to court today. What's that supposed to mean? She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars.
Why? You're destroying her innocence, man. Let her believe what she wants to believe, man. It's a nice thought.
I may be old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars.
Then let her believe it, man. Not everyone has the same belief as you. Freaking clown. Let her believe what she wants to believe. If it makes her happy, I think it's fine if she believes people become stars when they die. Call is now in session of the trial of Maximilian Pegasus. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Defense ready, Your Honor. Very well. Miss Von Calmer, you may proceed with your case. The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events.
What's the meaning of this?
We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say, a new eyewitness. The one that saw Maximilian Pegasus fly off from the scene of this crime.
Oh yeah. Hold on. I had a feeling something like this would come up.
Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation that the prosecution will present to the need arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene on my orders.
Poor Gumshoe.
Very well, please call your witness to the stand.
Time to get to work, shall I say. Time to walk the courtroom tightrope.
There he is.
Oh, here's another bird. He got a third one.
Name and occupation.
Ken Dingling, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat at the Very Big Circus, and I'm also the only witness who has ever actually told my name and occupation.
Where were you on the night of the crime?
I was in my room that night. If you look at the map, you will see the witness's room.
Oh, if you look at the map, you will see the witness room is near the crime scene.
My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window.
The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed?
Okay. What I witnessed. It was just after 10 p.m. I was resting in my bed. Sad face. Around that time, I heard a loud stomp noise from outside the window. Then a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Maximilian Pegasus. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming.
This witness's testimony matches up exactly with the clown. If that's the case, there's very little prosecution need add. Oh, this all that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the night that night. This guy that night. Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness. A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. The man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Felix Wright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edward did, and my brother.
Dots. Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony? In the words of Miss Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? There's no way that actually happened. Very well. Nice reference. Nice callback. You may proceed with your cross-examination.
It was just after 10 p.m. I rested in my bed. Around the same time, I heard a loud stomp from the window. Your room is on the 3rd floor, right? Yes. And you said you were resting in bed? That is correct. But you were still able to hear a sound from outside? I was indeed. Pressing echo doesn't seem to get results. Maybe something was contradictory in what he said just now. Eh? Nah. No, nothing. Yes. Oh, she's dotting. Then a few moments later, this is Max Galactica. The light in your room was turned off then, right? That is true. I was going to bed after all. So with the lights off, you still were able to see clearly a human fly by your window? The safety lights lit things up enough for me to see, but honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses from there. From the front, on the front. Do you see any of the other symbols? I clearly saw the silk hat, as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Maximilian Pegasus. The more I press him, the less results I seem to get. But maybe there was something fishy with his latest bit of testimony. The hat, I guess. Is it found at a crime scene? If that's the contradiction, then prove it with evidence. Wait then. She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim to the contradiction? The hat was found at the scene of the crime. You claim the same thing that most saw that night. Do you stand by that? What do you mean? The silk hat. What about the silk hat? Right? The hat. The hat was still at the scene of the crime. So how the hat would he see the hat? Just kidding. What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window. Well, you should have tried looking down your window that night. Phoenix is he can't move his legs and he was in bed. That would have been quite difficult considering that I'm in a freaking wheelchair. Just looking outside the window was tough enough challenge for me. That's a shame because you would have noticed the silk hat was found on the scene. That's the ringmaster's hat, right? What? I'm afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Maximilian Pegasus' hat. Why are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Aggressive. Are you saying that Max has 2 silk hats? No. This is handmade, one-of-a-kind model, only made for Maximilian Pegasus, which means acro. That would have been on you. That you've been fibbing on the stand. Hold on. As always, it looks like someone had to open their mouth before thinking. Are you okay, Nick? Well, I opened my big mouth and now I have to back it up. How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause the witness to commit perjury on this court? He has a grudge. These are the options. He has a grudge against Max. No, he has a grudge against Regina. Acro was dreaming. Or Acro is the real culprit. That's what we're trying to do here, right? Those are our options. He has a grudge against Regina. He hates Regina, not Max. The third one. Yeah. Hold on. I know you did it, Acro. Dots. Your Honor, On this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself. On this occasion, accuses Acro. What in the world are you accusing him of? Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry. Mr. Wright, are you serious? Deadly serious. Deadly serious. I think your trip to the circus has served you well. You seem to have learned how to try and grab an audience's hearts and minds. Gah, Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theater. Is trying to wow the crowd with smokes and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book. Roy? If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's in a wheelchair. Hey, wheelchair people can commit murder too. He's calm enough for it to be almost scary. Yeah, scary to the point where he kills someone. With my birds. The birds came to me. He's staying rather calm and collected. Mr. Dingling. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense's accusation? I don't really need to say a thing, do I? What do you mean? Everyone, take a good look at me. Can't wait to see his true face. Right, 457? I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house. That's true. That's true. I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. Sad face. But to do this by accusing me of murder of all things. He's making me look like a bad guy. See, even a silver of common sense will make this accusation ludicrous. Oh yeah. She's right, way to pick on the disabled, you heartless cruel man. I'm not picking on the disabled.
Phoenix is a poopy head.
I'm not poopy head, I'm a spiky head. I got nothing against the disabled. See, that's Mr. Wright. If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. Ugh. I think that's enough of this little game. I got a doctor's note to confirm that Acro is unable to stand with it under his own power. Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well. I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice. What do you say about this, Mr. Roy? Did Acro have an accomplice? No, I think he did it by himself. Everyone else in the circus is innocent. They're just dumb. He's the only... Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think he had an accomplice. I think Francisca just wants us to say it. Of course he didn't, right? He ain't got nobody else in his circus is the type to kill somebody. Everybody loved the Russell Berry. Of course he didn't. Now then, this must be where we hear the name of the mystery accomplice. Not this time, Von Karma. This time, maybe next time, but not this time. What? You're not going to sucker me into this one. What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright? There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself. Fool! What and who's the real fool now, Francisca? You ain't got nothing on us. Hold on. What are you getting at?
Way to keep them on their toes, Nick.
Now I'm gonna have to prove they all fits together. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry.
Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that?
I know what I can't do, and I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed.
Alright, let's do this.
Mr. Phoenix, right? If this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, right? Mr. Phoenix, Mr. Wright, why don't you to kill something not for me? when would the crime was committed? When was Mr. Dingling? In his room. Guess what? Hey Evie, what is up, Evie? What is up, my dude? Do you guess what? What is it? What happened? What happened? How's your day, Evie? So I think he was still in his room. I found another shiny. Ooh, what'd you get? What shiny did you get? Everybody's getting shinies! Kitty got a shiny just now too! Everyone's getting shinies! Where's mine? So he was probably in his room because he can't move. He's in a wheelchair. But what shiny did you get, Evie? He was obviously here the whole time. That's Acro's room. Pretty simple, eh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. In that case, there can only be one correct answer. Matchup, full odds, phase 1 for Rock Ride. Well, you got a matchup? Oh, and 10 correct hills. Oh, congrats on your matchup. So so now you're continuing for Rockcraft now? Which, are you gonna evolve it to day or night form? No, I'm not mad at you anymore. I wasn't really mad, I was just more annoyed. But I'm not, we're over that. We're over that, Evie. It's alright. But you're gonna evolve it to day or night, Rockcraft. There can only be one correct answer. If we finish this case today, if we finish this case in like an hour or something, do you guys want me to shiny hunt? Should we just do a shiny hunt stream also, if we have time, if there's time? Echo didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster. What? Are you nuts? Prop day. Oh, I do like the day form more than the night form actually. If I find it, yeah, I actually like the day form more than night form. What are you saying, Mr. Dingling? Yeah, I should do a shiny stream. Yeah, if we finish this, I'll do a shiny hunting. I'll do shiny stream here. I'll hunt for Hornet as well. It's an interesting theory. Thoughts? That's it. Considering that what you propose is impossible. Yes, that's it. Wow, thanks. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. As the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. As he is in a wheelchair, there's no way he could go to the scene or be the killer. You got a point? It seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the crime scene of the crime.
That's true. Mo said that he saw Max, didn't he?
That's impossible though. But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What? I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How do you do it? That's the next course of legal buffet.
Be careful, Nick, if you mess up here.
She's right, I can't mess up here. Got some serious thought. I'm sure Echo killed the ringmaster. And he did it while he was in his room, no doubt. No doubt. Oh gosh, there's hell. Point to enlighten us as to how Mr. Dingling committed the crime. What evidence do we have that would kill the dude? You guys can tell me what you think. Oh, here's our court record. Ugh. So it's not these. The monkey! He used the monkey to kill the monkey! This looks like Max. Ooh, to the murder. You haven't forgotten what happened 6 months ago. I have conclusive evidence. The broken bottle. The broken bottle was what Max used to hit the ventriloquist, and he didn't die. And this is a statue that's missing. Maybe it was actually the statue that people saw. So I'm confused. It happened on the first floor. So it happened on the crime happened on the first floor, but somehow Acro did it from the 3rd floor. So he might have he called, let's see. So meet me at the lodging house plaza. So Acro gave the note to meet at the plaza, which is on the 1st floor, and he went to kill them from the 3rd floor. So he must have so he called them there, and then he dropped something from, so that means he dropped something from the 3rd floor. Yeah, probably. Yeah, he probably did drop something from the 3rd floor and then hit the victim's head and then pulled it back up. Maybe he stole the clothes. No. Wait. No. Never mind. The box is there. I don't know why the box is there. The box is just where the victim died. Never mind. Did he throw the statue? It's a heavy statue to throw down. You think he threw the statue and then pulled it back up? He's a strong boy. He dropped the bust and then pulled it back up. He's quite strong. Look at this. Look at his face. Ghost bust. Yeah, maybe he did drop the bust. And it looks like Max. Maybe he was trying to blame it on Max. He put the clothes, and put the clothes on the bust to frame Max. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, maybe. I think you're right, 457. That makes a lot of sense. In the terms of this case. Okay, I think you're right that he would disguise the thing as Max to put blame. Wow, 6 back-to-back rough encounters, dang, and they couldn't have been the shiny one. It's like me with my order. Just kidding. But what? Spinda is in that route, right? A Spinda would be cool too. But I hope you get the rock rough soon. What's that picture? It is indeed. The problem with is with the item that's shown in the picture. The bust is quite a large bust because it's life size and is also very very heavy. Heavy? Heavy enough to guarantee certain death, especially if it was dropped on the third story window. Gah! Oh, the angry face. He's giving me the dots. Dots. See? This is how Acro was able to kill the Ringmaster. With the force of gravity and Maximilian Pegasus' ample bust. Oh there! So you're saying the boss fell onto the Ringmaster? A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it's easy to commit. How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something impossible so heavy? Well, Acro is an acrobat. He should have more enough upper body strength to carry something like the bust. Mr. Dingling, how do you respond to these charges? Well, Acro's at a loss for words. He should be. He knows I'm getting close to the truth. Well, Acro, you got. I'd watch what I say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand we get proper testimony from the witness itself. Testimony, you say? Miss Von Karma. She's just using this testimony as a ruse to stall for time. There's absolutely no need for such a testimony. The defense has a version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond. The defense objection is overruled. Why can't he see things my way once in a while? Mr. Dingling, I'm sorry, but you need to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we request an expert testimony. The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him, okay? Right. Thank you. Yeah, that woman will sink any loan to win a case. She really will. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust, looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him. Don't you think? Well then. It was impossible for him to lift the bus and stick himself far out to look. Not to mention, what's that? He would have not known the location of the ringmaster's head. A single false swipe could lead to even more severe injuries. That's what I was thinking. What's your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright? Dots. I still like to proceed with my cross-examination. He's simply stalling. Shameful, really. Grr, I can't let her get me. I need to focus. Alright. Why do you say it would be impossible? Allow me to explain. You accept that if I was carrying the bust, I couldn't see out the window, below the window. Thus, there's no way I would know the ringmaster's location of this head? Well, I suppose you got a point.
Hey Nick,
Huh?
what if you turn things around? Maybe if you think sorta like this. If he knew the location of the ringmaster's head, then he could drop the bust.
That does make sense. If only I could prove somehow that Acro knew the location of the ringmaster's head without looking down. Dog? He kissed the bird. I think I already explained things sufficiently. Thus it would be unrealistic of me, How could we prove that he would know the thing was there? All you said was drop it. They would have been dropping it at all. If all I had to do was drop it, you're right. I could have done that. How would he know? How could he know? Yeah, However, there was no way I could land a direct hit. There's no way I could land a headshot. So that kind of makes your theory a bit pointless, isn't it, Miss Wright? He's strong enough to lift the bust.
The main problem is how he could aim for the ringmaster's head.
I wonder if he used some kind of tool to aim for the ringmaster.
That's the ticket. Nick, show you what he got.
If I had to be careful, I had to find something that fits perfectly with the case.
I don't remember finding some sort of tool. Maybe we overlooked something.
Okay, let's look at our evidence. We probably had to present it on that statement. Let's look at our evidence. We have our badge, of course, the crime photo, the box. What about the box? Maybe Acro put the box there. Maybe Acro put the box there. Oh yeah, didn't. What does the salt pepper say? Where's our salt pepper? He used the tool. A victim hunched over this 20-pound box. Is small, boasts a small but strong lock. And then this was inside the box. This was found. This pepper was found in the box. Where's the note? And this note, the note that was in Regina's pocket, and then the ringmaster took it, said, "I have conclusive evidence." So this is from Acro. I have conclusive evidence, which is the pepper. And the pepper was the evidence, was Acro's evidence that he put in the box. So he was the one that put the box there. So he would know where the box is. He put it directly under his window. You kidding me? Really? The pepper made the ringmaster sneeze so he could hear him. Ah. But the box was closed. The box was still locked when the ringmaster came, because when Gumshoe found the box, they had to break it open, so it was still closed, and the ringmaster's like dead on the box when the box is still closed. So Acro put the box there to show the evidence of the brother, how the lion killed the brother, basically. So the crime photo or the box? Do we show the crime photo or the box? Or the crime photo would make more sense, huh? Keep that. Should we show the crime photo or the box? Where's the box? I can't find the box. Oh, there it is. was hunched over this box. I think the photo makes a bit more sense. Where's the photo? Cause like he put the box here, directly under his window. The box maybe hold. Hold? We'll do the box. The box is like his checkpoint. His beacon. The box he used the box as a beacon. Gotta go, probably miss the rest. Alright, no worries, my dude. Yeah, you're still streaming, yeah. We'll try to finish this, and if we have time, we'll do some shiny hunting. Acro, you didn't really need to lean out the window, did you? What are you driving at? I had my dinner straight. Sorry, I'm late. No worries, my dude, you're not late. Yeah, you're not late. It's alright. What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was gonna be. Quite precisely, I may add. Your silly hinting at things is pointless, Mr. Finn is right. Enough stalling! How about you charge that evidence? Stop hitting the table. But I did such a good job at hinting. Yes, hurry when I explain things, Mr. Point. Okay. Maybe you should take a look at this. The key point is here, the wooden box. The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over. The same. The question is, who placed the box here? Who? When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding a box. Which means that this wooden box already placed at the scene of the crime. I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense. The moment that the bus came down, falling down, it was exactly the same moment the ringmaster lifted this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear. You mean, if the bus were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box, there would be no way to miss the victim's head? No! Hold on. This is unbelievable. Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. I just gotta keep going. And there's only one way to go from here. Forward. So the next question I have is, who placed the wooden box at the scene? She is. Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a rope. All he had to do was lower it down. Allow me to whip some sense into you. Yeah, Mr. Phoenix, right? Ouch! The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box. That's why he made the box was so specially made. Indeed, it had the most peculiar feature. The weight, because it was heavy. It's a pretty heavy box. The box had a remarkable weight. According to the court record, it weighs 20 pounds. Just to lift up this box would have required... Oh, I see. One would have squat down and lift the box up with their body, wouldn't you say? That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large. The box has all carrying handles on either side, doesn't it? That is correct. To lift the box, you have to squat down, which means that no matter who you are, your head will be approximately in the same place. Fool! Yeah. Wow. Does he even bother listening to me at all? I've heard what you have to say. Gah. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills. Did you play this box in the parlor? Mr. Wright may have a vivid imagination, but I could have never done what he's proposing. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of the bust? Yes, I remember. It was on top of the table at the cafeteria. Then what happened to it? I like to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I cannot possibly leave the lodging house by myself.
That means
You understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well been able to drop the bus from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bus from the cafeteria to my room?
You see, Mr. Phoenix, right? Explain that. Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice. Okay? Tell us exactly how the victim would have carried the bus from the cafeteria. We definitely have a problem. But this is no place for perplexity. I got my wits about me and I prove how things happen once and for all. Let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bus from the cafeteria back to his room? It's a shiny bust. The monkey did it. A monkey? Everyone knows money. He likes shiny objects of any size. I like when he stole the ventriloquist ring. So, are you saying that the witness had a monkey steal the bus? Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own and brought it back home. Home? Money lives in Acro's room. Acro's room? But the bus was bronze, wasn't it? It's not shiny. Maybe you should put a whip down sometimes and read the court record. Those are some very nice cards he's holding. Yes, and they are made of platinum, which is very shiny. Go on, Acro. Money is a strong monkey, right? It'd be easy for him to bring back the bus to your room. Thoughts. If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be in the market for a new roommate. Have you gotten shiny hornets yet? I haven't. We didn't do any hunting yesterday. Hola, Miss Von Karma. Why is the boss in question at this moment? I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak. This is rather strange turn of events. But let's say the monkey had not stolen the bus. What would have been happened then? Well, in that event, something else could have been used as the murder weapon.
Wait. Do you mean this bus was the murder weapon by accident?
Possible. Maybe Acro saw the money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. Thoughts. Anyways, I think we have more than proven one critical fact. Namely, it was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer.
Moron!
Hey, don't call me that. Mr. Wright's argument is so circular, I'm a little dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that fact.
Don't be so flamboozled. Especially by this fraud of an attorney.
Fraud?
You've forgotten the most important thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
And what is that?
You should know.
that your fraud of a magician was spotted at the scene of the crime. Gah! There's no reason to doubt the clown's testimony. That's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright?
Nick, don't let her beat you now.
Congrats on 354! We are 354! Gato! What is up, Gato? How's your day? How has your day been? Thank you for telling me. But how's your day been, Gato? I miss you. When the murder occurred, there were 2 people at the scene of the crime. When we finish this, if we have time, we'll do some shiny hunting for a few hours. For like maybe 2 hours or something. One was the victim, Russell Berry. Me just finishing my pumpkin muffins. Pumpkin muffins? I want something. Yo, I would like some muffins. A little tired, but how about you? How are you? I'm doing good. We had a bit of a rough start of the stream, but now we're here. Finishing up this horrible case. I'm glad we're getting to the end of this. Just the worst case ever. One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other was the murderer himself. Answer this and only this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Who was the murderer that the clown saw? It was the bust. Where's the picture of the bust? There you go. I asked who was the other person Mo saw on the scene. I will find it today, and a huge burst of shinies in Sword and Shield. Thank you so much, Evie. But yeah, we'll try to get to this case as fast as possible, so that 1, I can get over it, and 2, we can do some shiny hunting. Au contraire, mon frère. It does indeed something to do with the question. Thoughts? Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette, but he did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw. Oh yeah. How is that possible? It's simple, really. What Mo saw was actually Max's bust. What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case? The silhouette itself was wearing a cloak. There's no reason why you can't attach a cloak to the bust. It would have been easy to hang one of the guards. Then, idiots who in their right mind would put the cloak on the bust. Doesn't matter who put it on the bust. And wait a minute now, Mr. Roy. Who put the cloak in the bust? That question is utmost importance on this case, don't you agree? Though he caught me. Let's have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? The dude that died, because he was wearing the cloak. Fool! Him? You're saying it was the victim himself, Mr. Berry? That's what I'm saying. The victim himself placed the cloak on the bust. Place the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it. Then what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright? She's making a fuss. She always is. Look at her. Salty. Salty lady. Explain yourself.
Nick, do you really have a handle on all this?
I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together. There's really only one picture I can paint anyways. Alright. So, you want to know what really happened that night? Let's take a step back in time. But yeah, I hope I get a bunch of shinies in Sun Shield too. Acro used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene. Then he attached that rope to the bust and dangled the bust out of the bedroom window directly over the box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to witness his room and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. Just as he was feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house. By none other than a ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trillo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the box. Whoa, nice art. And that's when Echo took his chance to release the rope. Now this is when the magic happens. I love the soundtrack though. Then the instant that the bus hit the victim. Oh gosh. You just wait a second there, Mr. Phoenix Wright. As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this just isn't true. It can't be. It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. This circus isn't over yet. Why? I want this circus to end. What? The impact of the bus on the victim threw the cloak up and snagged onto the bust. That impact also caused a certain witness hurt, prompting to take a look. That witness was, of course, the clown. When Mo looked out the window, the cloak had already been snagged onto the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no choice, no idea Mo saw the bust and being raised dangling cloak on it. Primarily because he was in his wheelchair, he couldn't see out a window, so he just kept pulling the bust up. And that is how the magical murderer disappeared into the sky came to be. Dots, dot, 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 dots. So you see, the only person who could have pulled this off is the one who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the crime scene. Acro, it could have only been you. Dots.
Acro's been playing mind games with all of us.
He sure has. But he has come to the end of his rope now.
So,
What now?
you've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove your fairy tale is true?
Evidence? Evidence?
In this court, only two things matter. The power of evidence and the power of my whip.
Well, don't forget the power of my gavel as well. Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up one good point. Can we see some evidence?
They say they want evidence.
I just explained how there can only be one possible murder method, but there's still something unusual about Mo's eyewitness account.
Unusual?
A contradiction, actually.
Use that and get out of this jam!
That's enough talking about your flowers. Mercy, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Present some evidence to the court that backs your claims. I want hard proof that you unraveled the trick to this magic case. The hat was at the scene of the crime. Because he was wearing the hat and the cloak and the hat dropped off and then. Ooh. The problem is 3 makes 3 symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses. Their symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings. Yesterday, there were 2 contradictions in most testimony. The silk hat was one, the white roses was the other. But the theory I present explains all these contradictions.
You fool, do you ever just shut up?
No, my job is to talk, Francisca. My job to speak in this court. Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Mo said yesterday? He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat was that Mo saw was actually the bust. Makes sense if you look at it that way. You did see a silk hat, well, sort of. Fine, then you got to one. What about the other? The other contradiction. Remember what the ventriloquist said in court? He said that the witness had white roses on the chest that night, but the clown's testimony doesn't match. The clown said that there were no white roses.
Let's explain that one away. Can you do it, Nick?
Of course. Of course, I can explain all of it.
What was it?
Please recall the instant where the cloak snagged onto the bust. If the cloak snagged onto the bust, what would happen to the white roses? Do you get it? If the cloak snagged onto the front of the bust, it means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bust. Yeah. Which explains why Mo didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back of the bust. Oh yeah. Does this make any sense to you guys? Does this case make any sense to you guys? Hold on. Does anything make any sense? This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep it going down this road and see where it leads us.
Let's do this, Nick. Maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel.
Nope. Doesn't make sense to me. No.
Dots.
Dots.
Well, so much for that theory.
Mr. Wright, do you mind? What is it? Kind of. Kind of and nope. You took time to research our circus, didn't you? Well, yeah, I did. Is there something you think that making you think I didn't? Back in time. Welcome back. We just proved that Acro could have killed the dude and solved all the contradiction from the clown and the ventriloquist, but now Acro is trying to fight back. Welcome Mouse, welcome back. I think we're gonna have this one final stand with Acro, and if we have time we'll do some shiny hunting. So let's do this. If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that? Motive. This witness feels an incredible depth of gratitude to the ringmaster. If anyone with relation to the circus, is well aware of this. Thus, there's absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster. Cause he wanted to kill the girl. He wanted to kill Regina, not the freaking dude. Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Acro's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster. His life up until now. What do we do? I already know the story. He wanted to kill the girl. Acro's motive? Like we already hadn't solved that just now. What if it was an accident? See, he has a grudge against the daughter, the ringmaster's daughter. He has a grudge against her, and he gave her a letter, like he put a letter in her pocket when she was bringing him to breakfast. To the murderer, have conclusive evidence. Meet me at the plaza at 10 p.m. And guess who went to the plaza instead of Regina Barry? It is the ringmaster himself. So obviously he planned on killing her. But the ringmaster went because it's his daughter, right? Why does he have a grudge against her? Hi, Avi. Welcome to today's stream. We're playing Ace Attorney. So every Monday we play Ace Attorney. It is a court game. We are a lawyer. We're trying to get not guilty on people, so we do investigations and trials. But so we found out that just to recap what happened to everyone who missed it. So we found out that Acro is paralyzed because of a lion, the lion that belonged to her. That's why it was an accident. Yeah, he got the wrong person. Yeah, I think you're right, Gato. That's probably what happened. So Acro has a brother called Bat. Get it? Cause they're acrobats. Yeah, Acro and Bat. Yes, and Bat and Regina were like, and Regina's an animal tamer, and she has a lion that got killed, that the father killed because of an incident that happened, which we found out was that Bat was like, "Hi Regina, I'm gonna put my head in this lion's mouth," and then the lion nommed on the guy's head, and now the Acro's brother is in a coma, and Acro was like, "Oh heck no!" So he went to fight the lion, so he got paralyzed also. So he hates Regina because he's her lion. I don't know. He talks really badly about Regina. Like, he's so calm, and then when it comes to Regina, he's like, she's a cruel person. You think she's a princess? No. It wasn't really. Yeah, it's not her fault. It's the thing. I don't know. It was the brother. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's what we're gonna find out. It's so weird. This whole case is very strange. Very well. However, I think take place to take a break. It's not her fault. Exactly. I don't think Regina didn't do anything wrong. I think Acro's just salty. I will listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's. Also, Acro's name is Ken Dingling, and his brother's name is Sean Dingling. I will listen to the testimony after recess.
They're stupid.
Facts. Thoughts. I'll go through the court record again in a bit, so everyone can see the evidence that we have once we start the next testimony. Okay, this should be the last thing, like this last part of the trial where we punch Acro in the face. Just kidding. Okay, let's look at the court record right now, and I wanna see Acro break. Yeah, Acro is like the calmest dude ever. So we have a badge of Makatama Ball. This is the crime scene. We did that. He refuses to believe it was his brother's fault. Yeah, probably he just putting his anger on a girl. The hat, the ringmaster's papers that we did that. We already dealt with that. We dealt with this. The Leon. This is the lion. Shot 6 months ago for biting a performer, which was the Acro's brother. The autopsy, the wooden box, the seasoning. So wait, let me find the other thing. So this note: to the murderer, you woke up 6 months ago. I have conclusive evidence. Meet me at 10 p.m. This note was put in Regina's pocket, and she was like, "Ew, what's this? I'm not a murderer. I'm gonna put it in the cafeteria." So she was like, this note must belong to someone else. I'm gonna put it in the lost and found section. And the father saw, and the father took it, ripped it apart, and then went to the plaza instead, and he died there. So he killed the wrong person. And the evidence was this small seasoning bottle, and Acro almost gave us a scarf. So wait, let me find the brother. So this the brother. He wears a scarf, and the scarf. Francisca stole the scarf from us basically. So we're gonna finish the case. Yep, we're gonna finish the case. Regina has pretty hair. Yeah, she does. She looks so cute. But yes, Francisca stole the scarf away from us. Her name is Regina. Yeah, Regina. This is our client Max. He's the worst. Can't believe it. Acro. It's pretty shocking, isn't it? It definitely is. And to think he's always the most straightforward of the group. Jeebus! Am I that hated? Yes.
Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose.
He did. But I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know.
But you're not, which is kind of the reason why.
Hey pal! You're gonna ignore me after all this trouble I went to bring you some evidence?
Detective Gumshoe!
Ah, forget it, I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyways. No, detective! Sorry, look, why don't you relax a little bit?
We got some really tasty milk.
How about a card trick, detective? Still waiting for the seasoning bottle to be presented, right? And bring Francisca's allergy to defeat. Just throw it in her face. Like when we got no evidence anymore, just throw it in her face and then she'll start sneezing. And then she'll whip her hair back and forth instead. Thoughts? Ho ho ho! Well, if you insist.
Now what now about that evidence you mentioned? What is it?
Here you go. Oh, that's the scarf that Francisca stole from us. This is the scarf that Acro's brother wore when he got nommed on by the lion.
This was yesterday in Acro's room.
Now I need to draw that. Yep, I've included forensic results. Take a look at it later.
Won't Miss Von Karma be mad that you're doing this?
Thoughts? That's why this is all a secret. Look, details are on a need or no basis, and we're not really allies or anything, but everything that happened in court up till now has gone according to our plan.
I don't know, Miss Von Karma didn't seem in control of things in there just now.
You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were set into motion. Final plans? What is he talking about? That reminds me, I got a message from the prosecutor for you. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end. That's it. That's it for me too, pal. I'm out of here. Bye.
What do you mean by that? The very end?
Not sure. So pretty cryptic to me. Oh, one more thing.
Don't scare me like that.
It looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant. What? For me? It's milk. The reception area looks like some kind of dairy, so hurry up and drink it all before it spoils. An entire dairy's worth of milk? For me? Wow, thanks. Great. Do we have the scarf in our car record now or what? Did we get the scarf? Cole was not back in. Let me check. Okay, we have the scarf. It says bad scarf. So it says bad the scarf stained with his blood and a small quantity of pepper. Also, another strange thing is that they kept saying that the lion was smiling when he was nomming on the guy's head. The ringmaster found the box on the ground, tried to pick it up, and the seasoning got out, made him sneeze. No, I think we already figured out how he killed the person. Right now we're trying to find out why he killed the person. But I think it's like how what Gato said, he killed the wrong person. He was trying to kill Regina, but because the ringmaster saw the note, the ringmaster went instead of Regina. And he didn't know. Acro knew where to drop the bus cause he dropped the box first, then after that he dropped the bus. It has pepper. Could that be the seasoning? Yeah, the seasoning found inside the box was pepper. I'm sure Gato is right, yeah. So Acro gave a letter to Regina saying, I have evidence of what happened 6 months ago, which is the accident with the brother and his legs. It's like, come at the 10 p.m. at the Lurch Plaza. No. Court's now right in session. Miss Von Karma, please continue where you left off. I like to continue with Acro's testimony, starting with his relation to the victim. I also like to get proof from the defense. But didn't the scarf have pepper on it? Yeah, it did. Oh, they had Mo, the clown mentioned before that they like to play they like to throw pepper at each other or something. It's really dumb. And you know what probably happened? He had pepper on his scarf, so when he put the lion's head on his mouth, the lion sneezed. That would be really dumb. That's a dumb way to get a coma. That's why the lion was smiling. No! Do we have to do that? We have to prove all that. Proof of what kind of motive? Who had to commit the crime? We already solved it! Gato already solved it. Don't take pepper, kids. Don't sniff pepper. You'll sneeze and kill someone. Also, don't put your head in lion's mouth, please. Yes, Your Honor. Please proceed with your testimony.
Finally, we get into the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay?
You can do it, Finn. Yeah, we'll do it together. Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want to answer to.
That's gulp.
Did I miss something? One reminds me one thing I did with scent packets. Did you eat someone? No, just kidding. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. Remember the coffee thing I made? Oh yeah. That's when the ringmaster of Very Big Circus took us in. I became an acrobat around 9 years old. Sad face. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. You're such a thoughtful young man. As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone would think that Acro could kill a man held in such esteem. You're absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there's no real reason to cross-examine, is there? Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Acro kill the ringmaster? This might be my last chance to answer that question. Of course, I'll cross-examine. Of course, right? Do we cross-examine him? Should we cross it? Do we have an option to not? Do we cross-examine him or not? I don't. Acro said anything about them like the brother. It has nothing to do with the murder, right? Has Acro said anything about them like the brother? He hasn't said it in court, but he just mentioned us, which is him talking about his brother. He only talked about brother to us, not in. He didn't say anything about it in court. Yeah. Do we cross-examine him? It's nothing to do with a murder, right? I think now we just have to point out that he was trying to kill Regina and not the ringmaster, because I think. So should we not cross-examine him? All his statements were kind of fine. There's nothing to contradict in his statement. That was just it. Literally, yeah. 457 is right. It's like nothing to do with the murder. We were asking about his relationship with the ringmaster. He has to explain what us means, though. Oh, that's true. So do we cross-examine him? we could just press his statements. Because I don't think don't think there's anything here to examine, so should we just not examine him? I don't think there's anything to examine either. He's just talking about his life. Let's just not. Evie agrees. I'm just curious since maybe we'll bring up the brother later. Like, we had to bring up the brother anyway later. For didn't want us cross-examining him. What? He didn't want us to cross-examine him about him and the ringmaster. Cause I don't think there's anything to present. We could press him. We could just talk to him. I don't know. Von Karma didn't want us to cross-examine him. That's true. But the thing is that this statement isn't really had to do with the murder. But yeah, he hasn't said anything about his brother yet. He said us though. So should we do 457 thinks there's nothing to examine. I don't know. We could just should we cross-examine just to get him to mention his brother? It's just that if he hasn't brought up the brother, how are we gonna bring it up later when we talk about why Regina is that would be part of his motive, right? We bring up the brother when we say like, yo, he wanted to kill Regina, and then he wanted to kill Regina. Oh, why would he want to kill Regina? Because of the lion and the big. Why would he? That would be his motive on why he wanted to kill Regina, because of the brother's coma. Then we bring up the brother like, yo, he has a brother. Brother's in the coma. Yeah. Also read Phoenix dialogues right now. This might be my last chance to answer that question. Of why he wanted to kill the ringmaster. Is the thing is, he didn't have a reason to kill the ringmaster. He doesn't have one. I mean, we could. Should we maybe we just cross-examine him so that he can talk about the brother. Hey JVV, what is up, my dude? Do you guys want to cross-examine him? Just so that he can bring up the brother? What is the thumbnail? Just this case involves a circus and it's a horrible case. I'll cross-examine. Nah. Evie says nah. It's the clown from that case today. We'll probably end up bringing up the brother anyways. I think more people are saying nah than yes. I think you're good. Okay. We won't question him for now. There's no need to cross-examine this witness. What? The judge. Thumbnails and masterpiece. Thank you, Softy. Make sure to like the stream, guys. Why was the ring? Toss a coin. Oh, we should have done that. We missed our chance to toss a coin. We'll do that next time. Why was the ringmaster murdered? There's no need to delve into a bit of testimony when I already know the answer. Oh, wow, that's true. That's Mr. Wright. I'd like to ask you a question. Go ahead, Your Honor. Hit me. I would just like to know. Can you provide an explanation as to why Acro would want the ringmaster there? No. Because he doesn't want the ringmaster dead.
Dots? Nick?
Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It's just obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason Acro killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven. What? That's because Acro had no reason to kill the ringmaster at all. Ouch!
Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is so foolhardily foolish. Did you forget? You made the accusation against this witness, did you not? I believe it was. This is the real killer of Russell Berry, the ringmaster.
I didn't say that. I said it in a different way. If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right. The end of things. Stealing other people's Acro. You didn't plan to kill the ringmaster at all, did you? The ringmaster wasn't your target that night.
What did you say?
I'm saying that the target of the witness's murder was not the ringmaster. Because it was never his intention to kill Russellberry to begin with.
Yeah, what?
Hold on. Bailiff, I don't care who it is. Smack anyone who's loud in the face twice if you must. Hey, that's abuse. That's violence. Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do in my court? I'm trying to prove the facts.
Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do in his court?
Francisca, shut up.
Are you attempting to imply he was trying to kill someone else?
Yes, he wanted to kill Regina. Let me kill Regina. Let me present Regina.
Regina Berry?
This young girl is the ring monster's daughter, correct? Acro, you were really aiming for her and I want you. Turtle! It's a turtle! Is that a turtle I see? It's a turtle in the chat. How are you, turtle? You were really aiming for her and I want you.
Thoughts? You don't need to answer that. It's a mean-spirited leading question.
But how are you, turtle? How is everybody in the chat? Tell me about your days. Good, just got back from class. Nice, heck yeah, get them knowledge. Just chilling now. He could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all he has to say is, you're wrong, that's it.
That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Good. Enough, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
The only allowed to interrupt me is death itself.
Huh?
That goes for you too, Mr. Wright.
Mr. Phoenix Wright, show me evidence. Show me now.
I want to know why you want to kill Regina Berry.
Yes, do. I want to see some proof. Present evidence that proves Acro was out to kill this young girl. Because he gave her a death note. Literally. Acro, you remember this, don't you? Oh, his birds flew away. That means we're right. It's a piece of paper that we found inside the ringmaster's tailcoat. Inside the victim's tailcoat. Acro wrote this note. It's ironically titled, To the Murderer. Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 p.m. So you're saying that he caught Russell Berry with this note? Yes, but there's just one little problem. Problem? Acro did indeed place this into someone's pocket. However, that someone is not the ringmaster.
You mean it was fun for?
That's exactly what I mean, Francisca. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina Berry. We're solving the case, guys. Oh no, Mr. Wright, this little theory of yours is the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her. Which is why the morning of the crime she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board, because she's dumb.
That's when her father, the ringmaster, saw the note?
That's correct. The ringmaster ended up at the plaza instead of Regina. and he was killed because of that mistake instead of Regina. That's incredible! Wow, amazing! Remember the testimony that Acro gave us earlier? Lifting the bust and looking out the window would have been impossible, Wilbur. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. If I was to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself. Acro had no idea who it was that arrived at the plaza, because he couldn't look down at the actual of his window to see who it actually was. I got it! Acro thought it was Regina down in the plaza, and that's when he let the bus fly. Pew! Downhill.
Hey Nick, isn't Regina listening to all this from the audience?
She is, unfortunately. It's going to get harsher from here.
I hope Regina can handle it.
Acro wrote this note to Regina. Foolishly foolish fool with foolishly foolish fool ideas of foolish tomfoolery. You're so foolish you even made me sound like a foolhardy fool. Very well, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Yes, what about that line? Well, if the note was meant for Regina Barry, it would mean that this note is declaring that Regina Barry is the murderer. You just don't get it, do you? What did you say? Oh, we're wrecking her now. We're owning her. The ringmaster knew what the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza, in the place of his lovely daughter. The scarf. Stop with the foolishness, foolish one fool. Foolish one fool. Hold it right there, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Mr. Wright. What is this incident alluded to in the note? The incident 6 months ago. I know all about it. Now I'm not ready to show the court what happened at the time. Moron. Wait, are you sure that relates to the present case? It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case starts with what happened 6 months ago.
Really, Nick?
I think so.
Well then, if that's the case, hurry up and tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I like to know what it is.
If I can't answer that question, then the judge is gonna think I'm bluffing. The conclusive evidence about 6 months ago is actually the pepper, right? Yeah, the pepper that was in the box. It was in the box. Now we can present the pepper because that pepper was in the box. The pepper. It was in the box. What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It isn't a joke at all. Finally, right? It's decisive evidence you asked for. What? What do you mean? Recall that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him. He was doing so because this piece of decisive evidence was inside. The spicy joke. Spicy. Another unbelievable conclusion. Wow. Very well, Mr. White. Then what exactly are you saying? You're claiming Regina Barry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper. Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion you can draw. Foolish fool who never tires of his foolish ways. If you're so sure, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then answer this question. Who was Regina's intended victim? The acrobat. Who's this? The scarf. That is Acro's younger brother. What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead. Technically, that's true. However, Ben has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Acro could feel his brother is dead. Regina did that to him? Do you spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool? Naturally, the prosecution already looked into Acro's brother, Sean Dingling. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state. A lion? Miss Regina Barry is an animal trainer by trade. There's no tame animal in that position ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. How moreover, Miss Regina would never do something that's not just not in her. Gosh. So then what happened to Acro's brother? He's not the victim of an attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident. The lion wasn't smiling. It was sneezing. Dude. That's I don't know if that's like a dumb way to get a coma or like a good way or like a reasonable way or just weird strange reasons. The lion sneezed onto his head because he had pepper on the scarf.
Now what do we do? No one seems to be going along with your theory. Do you think what happened was an accident?
It was just an accident. Or it was more than that. The pepper in the scarf. Yeah, the scarf, right? Yeah, the pepper in the scarf. The lion biting was no accident at all. What? You're such an amateur, finished Wright. There's no way Regina would ever incite a human to attack another human. She may not have incited the lion to attack another human, but Regina is responsible for making the lion bite into her brother's bed with the scarf. I'm gonna present the scarf now. That's just a scarf. Acro. Thoughts? This scarf is something Bat used to wear, correct? That's right. And who is the one that gave this scarf to Bat? Regina gave it to him. Regina? There's something more than just the blood on this scarf, Your Honor. And what will that be? Pepper? 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 Regina gave this scarf to Bat right before the accident, and she covered it with as much pepper as she could. Dots. 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 Caught dots. He was with the silent treatment. Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job of fingering. You've done a good job at pointing out a criminal. No fingering criminals. But out of curiosity, what was her crime? Miss Barry gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bat as a present. Where's the crime in that? Still seems like the judge doesn't get it. Dots, Mr. Phoenix, right? It was an accident, right? Wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling? Smiling? The lion was smiling? Right before Bat was bit by the lion. For a moment, the lion's mouth changed and it looked like he was smiling. Lion smile? I never heard of them smiling, however. Lion sneeze. What? Leon wasn't trying to bite Bat at all. In reality, all he actually did was sneeze. He sneezed because of all the pepper on his scarf. What? You fool! Oh, you gotta be kidding me! Dots! What's the matter with this one, comma? I object for objection's sake. Mr. Phoenix, right? This theory, you believe it? You really intend to say that this is how this joke of an accident actually happened? Gato! Of course I do. It's the truth. Gato. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. He ain't a fool if he right, Francisca. That's right, Softy. Acro nearly lost his brother due to an accident, or this joke, as you put it. Which is why he tried to get his revenge against Regina. Sorry, it's alright. That was funny. I like that reaction. Just like, oof. Right? You foolish idiot. Ha ha ha. It almost seems like a terrible joke, doesn't it? Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination. You really trying to deny this, bro? To think that there's someone who treats this accident with respect it deserves. Are you telling me that what I said was true? Thoughts.
Acro, you don't mean, you can't mean witness.
Are you confirming the defense's claim? Mr. Wright, unfortunately, your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder. What do you mean by that? The pepper, the scarf, the lion. I see where you're going, but it's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory. What will that problem be? The same problem it's always been. Evidence. If I dropped Max's bust on top the ringmaster, where is the evidence that proves that claim? What? You mean the conclusive evidence?
The biggest problem is the murder weapon, or lack thereof.
The murder weapon, the boss that the defense claims use, is that was to be in Acro's room. They'll be covered in the victim's blood. Wouldn't it overly conclusive in my eyes?
Yes, it would be.
The bird pecking phoenix. Oh, what a nice scene. The bust.
Nick, you gotta do something.
This is the last step. It wasn't in Acro's room. What about the milk Max received? Oh, it was just milk. We don't have the milk in our evidence. We don't have the milk. I'm confused, dude. No, the milk was just extra dialogue. Right now, Francisca already checked his room, so we're just gonna chill. It might be worthwhile to search Echo's room, but
Why aren't you gonna search his room?
it looks like you figured things out, didn't you? Now you know the true meaning of one karma total justice. The milk was just his own milk, I think. I guess I figured with you that at least you leave no stone unturned. If one karma never leaves anything to chance. We already searched Acro's room yesterday. What do you find? What do you find? There's no reason to even say it. Gotta go to the store, alright, Evie? Burp, alright. If we found what you think we found in Acro's room, Acro would not be here as a witness. But to put out the point, Max's butt was not in the room. His bust, not his butt. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for. You see, Mr. Wright, the bus wasn't in my room. Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed the search by complete surprise. We took the accused directly to the prosecutor's office after that. At the end of end of story. Just wait a second, something's funny about all this. Ha 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 ha. It looks like you like the final nail to put in my coffin. But, what about the scarf? The note? What about them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence that is relevant here wouldn't be in his room though. It wouldn't be in his room though. Yeah, it's not in his room. Is that pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now. Yeah.
Do something, Nick. Don't let this case slip away. The bust. Where is it now?
Where is the bust now?
You're Phoenix, right? You know where the bust is. I'm sure you do.
There's not a single clue. How am I supposed to know where the bust is? It seems like the case is coming to a close. The defense's counter arguments look to have fallen short. I bow. Thank you for your support. Gah! Sad face. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I think that brings to an end the cross-examination of this witness. Who would keep a murder weapon in his room after murdering someone? Exactly. But
where is Miss Max's bust?
Oh no, Phoenix, do something.
The defense needs time to present his case. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous. I bit my tongue.
Oh, what? We need time to do what?
Why are you the most surprised person? She's your aide, isn't she?
Maya! Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Roy? What? You're asking me?
The rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck.
Maya! Hey, wait, you can't be serious.
Acrobats always have their lives on the line, don't they? That's how Acros lived his life until now. It's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose.
Maya, very well, the defense may proceed. He doesn't have a clue, and I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon. Yo, you don't start with me, acrobat. Walking the tightrope. There's no room for a false step. Sink or swim, the only way to forward.
The murder weapon. Where is the bus now?
Somewhere in the lodging house. Somewhere in the big top. Or somewhere in this courtroom. It wasn't in the lodging house. It wasn't in the circus. It has to be in the courtroom. Francisca checked every part of that circus. That's half our health. Is it in the courtroom? Does he have it with him right now? Like, Pikachu facing. Is it in the courtroom? Does he have it with him? Is it in his chair? Like, put that under the seats. Don't know what to say. It wasn't in the circus, so it has to be in the courtroom. Is he holding it? Does he have it with him? Is it under his seat? It wouldn't be in the circus, so I'm just gonna say courtroom. Hey Beth, what's up? We're at the end of we're reaching the end of the case. I wasn't here before, so it wasn't anywhere we searched. The bus was missing from the where it's supposed to be. If the bus is inside this very courtroom, it's obviously where. Allow me to pinpoint the location of the bus. The judge's bench, the prosecutor's bench, or the witness's chair. It really is in his wheelchair? Is it in his wheelchair? I can't investigate, but I don't know. Is he hiding the thing in his wheelchair? Can you hide things in a wheelchair? I did almost a 6-hour stream and got shiny icons. Heck yeah, now 331 encounters for a load of meow. Oh sweet! Congrats on your icons! I'm trying to finish this case too so we can do a bit, like a tiny bit of shiny hunting. It's obviously not with the judge. I don't think I think some have a bag. Oh, some have a bag, so it literally might be in his chair. You got 163 subs? Heck yeah. Burp, alright. Acro. I'm sorry to ask this, but do you mind if I kick... Oh, he's wearing a blanket? If I take the blanket off your wheelchair? He has a blanket on his wheelchair. He had a blanket on his wheelchair? If he knew he had a... Obviously, if he has a blanket on his wheelchair, it's covering the freaking thing! Well, since when do you have a blanket? Whatever, man. That's why this case is stupid. Dots. I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you. Don't start playing games. Well, you are a big guy. You have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under the blanket. He has a blanket? When I have a blanket? Because it seems to me it would be really easy to say, hide a bust under there. Ha 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 ha. Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright. I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that there's a bus is under. Thoughts? We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in that condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found a murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over. Which is why you had to hide it. In the only place you could, under your wheelchair. Thoughts? Which is why, Agro, I had to ask you again. Would you please remove the blanket from your lap? Thoughts? Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna take it off because I'm not wearing pants right now, but no. Nah, Francisca! You fool! How could you? Sad face, you've got me. I've been bagged by a real pro. Actually, two of them. Two of them? Miss Francisca Von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch a surprise search on my room last night? That? There are two pieces of decisive evidence. The cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash. Regina always took out my trash every morning, you know. But the bust, obviously, I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide the bust. And the only place I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. And now, to be caught in the middle of court, hiding the murder weapon. There's no way I can escape that. So you've got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma. It all makes sense now. Does it?
I can't believe Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing.
You definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. I know I sure couldn't. I can't believe it. Me? Make a mistake? Why did I order a surprise search of your room? If only I hadn't done that. Because you wanted to find the truth, Francisca. Somewhere inside. You just wanted to find out the truth. It seems like we finally arrived at the truth. Acro?
Yes, Your Honor.
You killed the ringmaster, very big circus, Russellberry? Yes, Your Honor. I am responsible for that crime.
Acro,
Sad face, thoughts. All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him. That's why he teased her. One day, my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started sneezing so hard you couldn't help yourself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back in the same way. And that's why she covered the scarf with pepper. I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I know this. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times too. But I just couldn't forgive her, no matter what. What I'm truly guilty of, I'm guilty of never ever being able to understand her. Your brother became a star. She believes in that so purely that she would laugh innocently when saying it. Too innocently. I just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I try. That's when you decided to do something about Regina. How dreadful. So you're saying you're a victim in all of this as well? No, that's not what I meant. Oh, he's crying now. Great. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. At first, I thought I'd kill myself. Oh. Then I pondered giving myself up. But I couldn't just up and leave. I just couldn't. Not yet. Not yet. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Oh, that's sad it is. Max, I'm so sorry. Oh. I just couldn't up and leave yet. No. This has been such a strange case. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself. I'm an idiot. I can't believe it. You beat me again. Okay, that's just sad. Yeah, it was pretty sad. Dots. I believe this case now is beyond any point of possible discussion. Hey, Kitty. I like to declare you're just in time for the last bit of this trial, and then we'll do some shiny hunting. Okay. We'll start a new stream and do shiny hunting. Yay! Coincidence. See, this is why on the thumbnail someone said that they like the defendant more than they like the murderer more than the defendant. My mom tried to make an octo shot for my Halloween costume. Ooh, was it successful? Yeah, fabulous. But to be honest, I can't be too happy about this.
Acro, the ringmaster, Regina, bad. Not a single one of them was a bad person inside, huh?
Kind of. Hey, she tried. It's alright. That's a good question, and one I don't know the answer to.
Many congrats, but that may only made a million of them.
Thank you. Dots?
Dots.
What's with the vibe in this room?
We're just thinking about Acro.
No. If you worry about people too much, then you'll be like this forever and never be happy.
I need to vote today. It's election day. Ooh! Is it like, does everyone have to vote or is it optional? I DM'd you a pic. I'm probably just picky by laughing at the pipe cleaner. Okay. I'll look at it right now. I gotta go. Okay. See ya, Kitty.
Wee!
She's been like this for a while now.
Wee! It's not my fault!
Does anyone find Max really cute? Dude, Max has been fabulous. Oh, that's nice. That's pretty cool. Me.
It's not my fault!
Sweetie pie. Poor Regina, yeah.
Bad and Acro, they're never coming back.
Aw.
Now everyone's gonna split up. Regina. Mr. Wright, tell me something.
It's optional, but you do need to be 18 to vote, and oh, so everyone above 18 has to vote? Okay. But everyone under... Okay. So it's optional, but you do need to be 18 to vote. Okay. Oh, see.
Tell me something.
What? What do you want? What do you want?
Acro said something about something right at the end.
I just couldn't up and leave yet.
Does that mean Acro isn't gonna try and get his revenge on me?
No! No! Why would he do that? No. I don't think so. No. He's not gonna do that to you, Regina.
Are you sure? You're really sure? I can't believe that.
Yeah, Echo doesn't have the desire for revenge anymore.
If that's true, then I wanna see some evidence.
What? Now you want evidence?
I wanna know you're not just making that stuff about Acro not wanting revenge.
So that when Bat wakes back up, you get to be with Bat. Echo didn't want you to get caught for a reason. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again.
But Matt... That's right, Regina. He's still alive, you know. I never knew. But now that Acro's been caught...
Uh-huh.
I know.
What?
I'll do it. I'll stay next to Bat as long as it takes. Until he opens his eyes. Until we can meet Acro again.
That's sweet of you, Regina.
I'm sorry, Acro. I'm sorry, Bat.
Hopefully this is enough to give her a little peace of mind.
Hey Max,
What is it, Mo?
it really put you through a lot today, didn't we, buddy? Sorry about what happened. So whenever you like to leave us, I'll pay your fee and rip up the contract.
I understand. What a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. Thoughts? What's going to happen to the circus now?
That's the big question. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he?
Hmm?
Even though he's not here anymore, everyone's sticking together. The staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I made a decision.
What is it?
I've decided that I will take over as the new ringmaster. I will turn the circus to the best circus this world has ever seen.
The best circus the world has ever seen?
Don't laugh.
That's quite a goal.
Yay, I can't wait.
Then I guess that changes things.
Oh,
There's only one thing the best circus in the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means the circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen.
Max,
Let's work together and make this circus super fabulous. What do you say, big boy?
I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you.
Oh, Regina, you're gonna help them out too, right?
Well, I don't know. Maybe the circus would be better off without me.
What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think I brought you to court today?
Huh?
We gotta work together to make Barry Bait Circus bigger than it ever is.
Wow.
Most right, sweetie pie. It can't be the Berry Big Circus without Regina Berry. I love Melts. Help me. Salty.
Max. Nick.
Seems like everything's gonna turn out alright here.
I can't wait to go see the circus. Best circus the world has ever seen.
Ah, we'll save you the most fabulous seats.
It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm going to order special whoopee cushion seats.
My stomach hurts. Now what? I see what made the case. Yesterday's surprise raid really paid off. Just like you said, sir. You had it all figured out, didn't you? It was just a theory. If Acro was really the killer, I thought this was the only way it could end. Especially if he was a defense attorney. You mean Mr. Wright? Of course. Well, detective, my plane is about to leave. As for Mr. Acro's case, you need not worry. I plan to personally stop by the chief prosecutor's office as soon as I get back. Understood, sir. I'll be waiting for you, Mr. Edgeworth. Baby! They could just call me baby. What'd you say? Wait, call back. Edgeworth! Edgeworth! He's alive! He's alive! He's alive! There he is, boy, look at him. He's alive, well and done. Done and well. Edgy boy! Alright, so we finished the case. Heck yeah. We're done. We're over that. Big Top is no more dead to us. Acro's in jail. Everyone's dead. Done. But Edgeworth is alive. That's all. That's the most important thing. He's alive. Oh boy. And he'll be back. Heck yeah, he'll be back. Alright, so should we do some shiny hunting today too? Or should we just chill? Also, even if they were lovable people, mostly, really only Regina was the lovable one. I hated the clown. Welcome back, Edgeworth. They were nicer at the end, but yeah, shiny. Okay, so I'll change the thumbnail and stuff. I'll make a new stream and change the thumbnail and stuff, and then I'll see you guys when shiny hunting. Okay, we'll hunt. Of course, we're gonna hunt Hornetch. So I'll see you guys in like a few minutes. Let me just change the stuff. But we'll be back in like 10 minutes. Okay, make sure to come back and make sure to watch out for the next stream. I mean, for the stream in 10 minutes. I'll see you guys. Please. Edgeworth is back. I'm Arresto. Hope you get a shiny. Thank you, Gato. Alright, let's move on to shiny hunting.